Hi, this is Munisha Khatwani. I am a Mumbai-based tarot card reader and an astrologer. You can catch me on www.rajshri.com. And I'm going to tell you that if you have a set of tarot cards at home, how exactly can you use them and how will they work to your benefit? And basically, how can you use and interpret your cards? Well, first of all, the first advice I want to give you is do not keep your cards in any specific place. As in, don't keep it in a place which is not very sacred. For example, you can't keep them lying in your bag, or you can't keep them just thrown in some corner, because cards have energy. They too have life, and they too would like to have a nice home and life to be preserved. So what I recommend is, if you keep your cards in some spiritual corner, some prayer area, some cupboard of yours which is a little sacred, that will be really, really nice. And it is beautiful if you can wrap your cards. For example, take a scarf or take anything sacred and wrap your cards in that. That'll be really, really nice, because they will feel safe and protected as well. It's like if you have a guest staying at home, would you like to keep them well, or would you like to keep them in some storeroom or some area of your house where you don't even look at them? The same way, tarot cards are your guests in your house, and they can be specifically your best friends, they can be your closest friends, they can be your confidant, they can be your guide. And if you have a set of tarot cards at home, you really do not need to consult anybody else, because they'll answer all your queries in life. So let's start and let's see, if you have a set of tarot cards at home, how exactly can you make it work? How exactly can you use it to your benefit? First of all, you must shuffle your cards nicely. In case your cards have not been opened or used, make sure you shuffle your cards, because shuffling of the cards is very important, as your energy transfers in the cards, and the cards get very, very used to your talking, they get very used to your energy, they get very used to your vibrations, I would say. So for example, when you have a set of cards, you open them and you must shuffle them. If you cannot shuffle them like this, you can put them on the table and shuffle them like this. You can mix the pack as how you like, to your convenience. Whatever is convenient to you, you may use it that way. But you must make sure that the cards get shuffled, because when a new pack is opened, they are all set in numerologic order, and they're all set in a particular order. For example, all major arcanas are together. In minor, all wands are together, all swords are together, all pages are together, all cups are together. And, all aces are together, all swords are together. Everything is in their own particular order. All court cards are together. So it's very important that you shuffle the cards. Now, once you shuffle the cards, what is the procedure of reading? For example, you have shuffled the cards. Then you may shut your eyes and concentrate on an angel. You may concentrate on a god or any divine power that you may connect to. So I'm going to concentrate on my Lord Ram, who I connect to, and I'm going to take his name specifically 9 times. Okay, I'm done. So basically, you can do the same way. Exactly, you can follow the way I have done it. You may shut your eyes and connect to whichever Lord you want to, divine, angel, whoever you feel connected to spiritually, you may do so. Apart from which, if you're reading for someone else, it is very important that you take the person's name and then shuffle the cards, because the energy of the opposite person has to be there. And remember, if the person is in front of you, make sure the opposite person shuffles the cards as well. So once we're done shuffling, we're going to cut our cards into 3 different packs. With our left hand, we're going to cut it in pack 1, pack 2, and pack 3. Once I've cut them in pack 3, I can choose whichever pack I like. For example, if I'm feeling connected to the middle pack, I pick on the middle pack, and this will become my top pack. So I'm going to mix the cards once again, keeping my middle pack on the top pack. And then I'm going to spread the cards very nicely. Once I've done that, I'm going to pull, for example, if I want to know what's going to happen in my day, I can pull 1 card for the day. So I get the card of the Hermit. So this card is a day of thinking, introspection. This card is a day of like going deep within. So the Hermit says there's a lot that's going to be happening today for me mentally, and as far as my mind and my energy is concerned, it's going to definitely be used a lot today because I've got the Hermit. This is also a card of spiritual growth. This is also a card of maybe some sort of prayers or something of that sort. So the Hermit indicates all that. If I want a more specific detail, I can pull out 3 cards and see exactly what's happening in my life. So for example, card number 1 card number 2, card number 3. So I have got 3 major arcana. So my day is going to be very, very eventful. So I've got the card of Temperance, maybe indicating something about my friendship or maybe indicating something about keeping in balance. I've got the card of the Emperor, being in control of certain situations. And I've got the card of Sun, which indicates I've got the card of professional success. So today my day is going to consist of all this. So if you have a tarot set at home, you can know exactly what's going on in your day, what's to happen. The best time to do this reading is first thing in the morning, after you've had a shower, after you've said any specific prayers, or maybe if you've meditated for a couple of minutes. This is actually the ideal time for you to start doing a tarot reading. Once we have done the card of the day, we can ask our specific questions. How? By just spreading the cards and pulling the amount of cards for whichever question we want. If it's a basic question, I recommend, if it's a yes or a no, I recommend you pull out 1 card. Now that card will specifically answer you. For example, will today be a good day for me? 6 of Pentacles has come, which means yes. For example, I want to know, I have gone for a job interview. Will I get that today? The Magician. Yes, the potential is very, very high. If I want to know, will my health improve today? The Fool. Now the Fool means you can't take too many risks with your health. There is an improvement. It's not going to be fantastic, but it's not going to be very, very slow and dull either. So we can ask very specific yes or no questions with the cards. If you feel that the cards are not answering you the way you should, you may pull a second card to define the first card. For example, if card number 1 does not give me the answer that I am looking for, not the answer that your mind is looking for. If your mind is looking for an answer and the answer comes opposite, please know this is what the tarot wants to tell you. But if your answer, if you are confused with the the card that has come out, or if you feel, no, this is not my question. For example, you asked me, how's my day going to be? Or you may ask yourself, how's my day going to be? You pull a card and you get a court card. For example, you get a card of the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords might not answer me correctly. So I may want to just put my cards back and pull a second card, which comes the Empress. Now, when I get the Empress card, I know, okay, my day is going to involve some good money, maybe some romantic relationships. Personal life is going to be very, very important. And the Empress is also a card of materialistic abundance, pampering yourself. So I know these things are going to happen more or less in my life today. The Empress also indicates if I'm pregnant, I'll be thinking about my child, or maybe some news about my delivery. So something on those levels is what's going to happen to me in my day, or what's going to happen to anybody in their day. So if we are confused about one specific card, we may pull another card. Now, for example, if we want to do a deeper reading, a more intense reading, we can answer our questions by pulling 3 cards out. I want to know what my boss thinks of me. This is just a random example. So I will pull out 3 cards, of course using my left hand all the time. Reason being, the left hand's veins are connected directly to your heart. So whatever is in somebody's heart will immediately come out, because the mind can play games, but remember, the heart is very, very clean and very specific. So we have 3 cards. My boss thinks I'm very good with certain deals. He's happy. Celebration. When I'm with him, he definitely has usually good news and has good thoughts about me. My boss sometimes gets confused about my professional decisions, because we have 8 of Cups as well, where he thinks I try to run away from certain professional decisions, or maybe certain professional decisions I make are not very accurate or very correct. And Knight of Pentacles. My boss thinks I'm very focused financially, a little bit stubborn with my decisions, but nonetheless definitely a go-getter and an achiever, and somebody who's like really all out to get what they want. So this is my boss's opinion about me. So I pulled out simply 3 cards and I got a fantastic overview of what my boss thinks about me. This is just a random example. Now, this sort of a reading we can do for anything or anyone. You want to know what your husband's thinking of you, you want to know what your boyfriend is thinking of you, you want to know what your wife thinks about you, you want to know what your brother's thinking about you. Anybody, we can pull out 3 cards and see what's happening in the person's life. Now, I want to give you another specific reading, that is a situation spread. For example, if you want to know what is to happen in my career over the next 1 week, we can spread the cards, shuffle them once again, spread the cards and pull out 5 cards. So my career shows me an overview of good or bad. I have the card of the Four of Pentacles indicating maybe some financial stress in my career. I have the card of indicating Six of Pentacles. I'll be very kind-hearted in my career. I might even, in spite of financial stress, be very kind with my money and donate my money or help somebody out with my money or help out some family member or friend. Then I also have Justice, but somewhere I'll get justice in my career, or I might feel that, yeah, I am getting my due. I've got 10 of Cups. My family will be happy with my career progress, but I also have the Devil. Certain negative planets and certain negative stars have also come for me. So the Devil means there might be 1 or 2 days in the week where I might feel a little low, or I might feel things are specifically blocked. So I have got a fantastic overview about how I can see my career. Now, I just want to tell all my audiences watching and any of you watching the video, a very important aspect in tarot is that you should know how to do a basic reading. For example, you should know the meanings of your cards before you go ahead and attempt any of these readings, whether you can follow it through a guidebook, whether you can learn through a teacher, or you can learn through the internet, whatever convenient to you. But it is very important that you know at least one basic meaning of each card so that the reading becomes convenient to you. Because if you have a tarot card set at home and you do not know any meanings or any definitions of any cards, it will become very, very difficult for you to interpret any card. But if you know at least one basic meaning, one meaning leads to another. And if you have a genuine interest to sit and learn tarot, you can get a lot of information from the internet, you can get a lot of information from books, you can get a lot of information from people who know a lot about tarot, and they can guide you and show you the direction, and they can tell you the specific meaning. One thing very good about tarot is tarot cards tend to talk to you. Now, what do we mean by that? When you open a card, you'll get the vibration of the card. When you read Queen of Swords, I automatically know they're telling me about me, because Queen of Swords, I'm a woman, so Queen indicates me. Swords indicates my professional aspect. So I know they're talking to me about my professional aspect. They are telling me that I'm going to be pretty sharp, analytical, practical, and very focused as far as my career goals are concerned. So the tarot talks to you. One thing good about tarot is they are almost like reading a storybook. When you get used to operating with your cards, you'll realize it's almost like you reading a storybook or something in the newspaper. It becomes so simple for you. The only thing with tarot cards is you must connect to them, and you must treat them as your friends. You cannot ill-treat them, because they will run away. They'll stop working for you. They won't run away physically, because cards cannot run away anywhere physically, but they definitely, the energies will dip, and you'll see that your readings are completely inaccurate. And the only reason for this is simply because you're not connecting to your cards. I strongly recommend, while you do a tarot card reading, please don't have any intoxicants like alcohol or cigarettes, because this disturbs the energies in the card. So do not do a reading over a drinking session. Please do not do a reading while you're having a cigarette. If you want to do a reading, keep your drink down, make sure you're sober, make sure you don't have cigarettes, because your energies have to be clean for your reading to be specific. These cards are sacred. Remember, they're no less than some messages of God. So when you go to a temple or when you go to a prayer area, I'm sure you don't go with a packet of cigarettes in your hand. So in case you have any intoxicants, I strongly advise you, and I strongly request you not to use them while you're using your tarot cards. Apart from which, try and keep your cards as sacred and happy as possible. Talk to them whenever you feel low. If you feel, tell them, please tell me what's happening in my life, and they'll be very, very happy to answer you, because tarot cards have life and they're very, very happy to talk to you, provided you want to be their friend. As they say, they can become your best friends, but do you want to be friends with them? This is something you need to think about first. And I'd also like to tell you, tarot cards are very, very good to tell you what's happening in your mind. So there is a reading, a very special reading I'm going to show you. It's called the 7-card spread. It's called the mind spread. So I want to know what's happening in my mind today. So I may pull out 7 cards. And I can see exactly what my mind is, what's going on in my mind and what my mind is trying to tell me at the moment. I have the Hierophant, which means I'm committed to certain things in my life today. I've got the Knight of Swords, so I'm thinking at the moment about my career aspirations, my aspects. I've got 2 of Cups. I could be thinking about a friendship, about some relationship, about some partnership with the opposite gender. I've also got the Emperor taking control in my life, which came in my daily reading as well. I've got King of Pentacles. Maybe I have a male, a King of Pentacles, a man someone who is helping me professionally, who's financially well settled, who is like an emperor in his career, who might help me in my life today. And I've got the Knight of Cups. That could be me. That means I'm pretty emotional and sensitive today. I'm going to be emotional towards certain matters today. And I have got the Seven of Swords. A little fear of losing something today, a little fear of some insecurity today. So this shows me exactly what my mind is saying to me right now. So I have a very specific overview of what's going on in my mind. Of course, once you know tarot cards, you are the best interpreter of what's going on in your life. Like I said, if you need any guidance in terms of learning the meanings of the cards, books are easily available, the internet is easily available, and there are various ways to learn all about tarot and their meanings. Apart from which, if you have any queries or you'd like to know anything from me, please do write into me. I'll be very happy to answer everything. My address is munisha@rajshri.com. See you soon.